Detective Venina.
Not afraid of any criminals. I'm not afraid of any criminals.
Detective Venina. Detective Venina got information that a criminal is about to run away from the airport. She immediately went to the airport and investigated the report. On investigation, it is divulged that the criminal is carrying a fake passport. Detective Venina identified two suspects. Looking at the passports of the two, can you guess who is carrying a fake passport?
If you look at the passport of A, date of birth is February 29, 1990. 1990 is not a leap year, which means there will be only 28 days in February. This is a fake passport.
Someone stole a very expensive fur coat from Kira's boutique. The lock of her boutique was intact. That means the thief had a key. Kira immediately called Detective Venina. Kira informs Detective Venina that only 3 people have access to the key. Detective Venina interrogates the 3 people.
I have been working in Kira's boutique for 12 years. I would never steal from her.
I was with my boyfriend and I am a vegetarian. I don't wear fur.
I rarely go to the boutique. I am allergic to fur.
Can you identify the thief?
Lacey said that she is allergic to fur, but she has a rabbit. She is lying. She stole the fur coat.
Last night a man was attacked in a tiny old hotel in a small town. The caretaker immediately called Detective Venina. Mr. Nason was one of the guests. He was hit on the head in his room. He was the only customer that night. Detective Venina arrived and inspected the dead body. Then she interrogated 3 suspects.
Mr. Nason is a rich man. He only stopped here because his car broke down. Last night I was looking for someone to fix his car.
Mr. Nason called housekeeping from his room phone. He was very worried about the blackout. He did not want to be disturbed and he did not want breakfast in the morning.
There was a huge storm and the power was out all night. I was in the basement for 3 hours, trying to fix the generator.
Who attacked Mr. Nason?
The housekeeper attacked him to steal his money. The electricity was out. He could not have called from the room phone. Nobody else was in the hotel.
Employees of a very big company were being murdered every week. Detective Venina gets called to identify the next victim. She is given the names of employees who were murdered in sequence. There are 4 people left in the team: Lexi, Aubrey, Julieta, and Fionn. Who will be the next victim?
His next victim is Fionn. The killer is looking for his next victim based on the initial of the week. Miller, M for Monday, Teddy, T for Tuesday, and so on. Therefore, his next victim is Fionn, F for Friday.
Last night there was a Christmas party at a bar. By 3 a.m. all the alcohol had been finished and the visitors began to drift away. Evelyn's body has been found near the bar this morning. Detective Venina arrived at the crime scene. After examining the body, Detective Venina interviewed 3 suspects.
When Evelyn left, I went to the bathroom.
I ordered 1 more beer at the bar.
I was talking to the girl I had just met.
Who killed Evelyn?
The killer is Lana because there was no alcohol left at the bar, so Lana could not order a beer.
He had a very important meeting the next day, but he wasn't ready with the documents. He gets into work early and finishes off the pending work. He informs the same to his colleague and went out to have coffee. When he came back, his laptop was missing. He immediately called Detective Venina. Detective Venina reached Kale's office and interrogated the 3 of Kale's colleagues.
My hand was fractured. I just came from the clinic. Here are the reports.
Mom, my stomach was upset due to which I keep going to the comfort room.
I went to drink tea. I don't know anything.
Looking at their proofs and statements, can you guess who stole Clay's laptop?
Cassidy stole the laptop. Cassidy's right hand was fractured, but the X-ray reports are of the left hand.
Harris and his wife Eloise owned a pet dog, Clark, who barked at everyone except his owners, Harris and Eloise. The couple organized a party where Clark kept barking at everyone who passed through him. Their neighbor, Kay, got irritated and exchanged hot words with Harris. The next day, Harris gets killed. Harris's neighbors heard a loud voice and then a gunshot. Detective Venina reached the scene and found Clark barking at them. She interrogated the suspects.
I went out this morning. So I don't know anything.
I had a fight with him, but I did not kill him. I only heard the sound of Harris's shouting in the morning and the sound of the bullet.
Can you guess who the murderer?
Eloise is the murderer. Neighbors had heard only the sound of gunshot and scream, not Clark's barking, which means no new person came to the house.
One day Cale's maid found him tied up in the bedroom. The maid freed him and Cale immediately called Detective Venina. Detective Venina reached the scene and Cale explained how he was robbed.
The thief came at night while I was sleeping. They pulled me down from the bed and tied me. And they ran away with all my money and valuables.
Looking at the scenario, can you guess whether the robbery was real or a fake robbery?
Cale was lying. If the thief pulled Cale from the bed, the bedding should have been messed up. But the bed was well made.
There was an earthquake in Southrid. After that, Detective Venina received a phone call.
My husband is dead. He got crushed by a wardrobe during an earthquake. Please come here fast.
Okay. Stay calm. I am on my way now.
Detective Venina reached her house and investigated the incident. After inspecting the incident, Detective Venina interrogated the wife.
When the quake hit, I was in the kitchen, and he was sleeping in the bedroom. We had stayed at home because there was an earthquake warning yesterday. The wardrobe fell on him. He didn't even get a chance to scream. I immediately called you.
I think this is not an accident.
Why did Detective Venina concluded that it wasn't an accident?
Because she already knew about the earthquake, so she cut off the legs of the wardrobe before the earthquake occurred. You can see the saw hidden under the bed.
Callie was preparing the Thanksgiving feast in her kitchen. An hour later, her friend found Callie dead. She immediately called Detective Venina. After examining the body, Detective Venina identified 3 suspects. Sophie Callie's friend, Tyler Callie's boyfriend and Blaine Callie's neighbor. Detective Venina discovered that Callie had left 3 clues. A sock, a slipper, and a glove to help identify the killer. Detective Venina asked the suspects to write down what they were doing at the time of the murder. Soon she found out who did it. Who is the killer?
The killer is Blaine. Callie tried to show that the killer was right-handed. Of the 3, only Blaine is a righty.
When the guard found the dead body of the school principal, he immediately calls Detective Venina. Detective Venina arrived and inspected the dead body. Then she interrogated 3 suspects.
Ma'am, I was working in the library. You can see it in the library camera.
Ma'am, I was in the staff room checking exam sheets. Ma'am, my glasses got broken. I went to the market to buy new glasses. Here is the bill.
After analyzing the crime scene and the statements of the suspects, can you guess the murderer?
Teacher 2 is the murderer. Her broken glasses were found in the principal's office.
Detective Venina was very busy today solving different cases. She checked her phone.
Oh no. I need to charge my phone.
She saw some charging points nearby. By looking at this charging socket, can you tell me how many phones can be charged?
There are 31 charging sockets and 9 plugs. So 31 minus 9 equals 22. Total 22 phones can be charged.
Detective Venina.
I'm not afraid of any criminals. I'm not afraid of any criminals. Thank you for watching.